All right, I want to do a quick review on this Yamaha THR30II, this wireless desktop guitar amplifier, guitar, bass, piano. Granted, you can put an acoustic on here as well, but I believe they have a different version that's made specifically for acoustic, but you can of course use this for acoustic as well. I have, and it sounds great. I have no complaints as acoustic, but normally I have this hooked up to my electric. There's a few things I love about this and a few things that I'm not as big of a fan of. I'm going to walk you through all of those. I'm not going to give you all the detailed specs on this. You can find a lot of videos on YouTube that'll walk through every single minute detail about this. I'm just going to talk about the basics from a user standpoint and let you know what I like about this, what's been easy and what's been a little bit harder to do with this. And so first thing I love the construction. So they've managed to do two things that I think are really impressive. Number one, they've made it super solid. This is metal right here. This is metal right here. All in the front is metal. And then a really, really thick plastics on the side that wraps around the back. So it's super solid. It feels super solid. This metal handle up here has no wobble to it at all. I think it goes all the way through and it's actually a base plate. And so you can lift this whole thing and it doesn't feel like it's going to break on you at all. It feels like a very well put together amplifier. At the same time, it's not crazy heavy. I was expecting this to be way heavier than it is. It's super portable. So not only does it feel somehow very rigid and put together where I'm not worried about it breaking, but it's also not difficult to carry around. Super easy one-handed. Even my kids, I try not to let them, but if my kids needed to, they can pick this up. My 5-year-old can bring it to me and it's not crazy for her to walk with in her hands. I'd not recommend you do that very often because I guarantee if you drop this from a few feet in the air, it's probably not going to be the best thing for this. So it is well built, but it's also not crazy heavy. So that's the first thing I really like about this. Number two is ease of use. You have the application that can do a lot of different things on this, but what I like about this most is that if I'm trying to just plug in my guitar real fast and play, I can just click the power button, hold the power button, excuse me, and the amplifier will turn on. There we go. Amplifier will turn on, did not hold it long enough there. And I can play without having to mess with the amp. I have all the main settings that I need to right here. I can go through some of these pre-selections. And if I have done the application in the past, I can have my preset memories up here. So I don't need to take my phone out every single time I use this, which I really like. I've seen some other practice amplifiers on the market that seem to be very tech heavy and very phone focused, which is cool. I guess you have a lot of different options and pedal setups you can do on your phone. But I personally, in a practice amp, just want clean, simple sound that I can practice with on a moment's notice, have on my desk, carry around to the living room, sit on the couch and play without having to take up my phone and work the amp with my phone. So I like the simplicity and the actual dials they put on the top of this, where I can pretty much get any sound I want very quickly without having to pull my phone out. Now, if I do need to pull my phone out, it connects very simply. You can actually already see this green light right there. That's showing me it's already connected to my phone, which I'm currently filming this video on. So as soon as I turn it on, it paired with my phone. It does it automatically every time I have that connected. And so that's easy. I like the inbuilt tuner. It's very simple and straightforward. I can hold right here, and then it's going to show the arrows back and forth, and then whatever note you're playing. So E, it'll say if you're down, up, or spot on. And then I can turn that off right there just by touching it again. Super easy, simplistic tuner. I have the built-in, it's line 6, I believe it's called the TH30II, something like that. It's the wireless receiver transmitter that's compatible with this. So what I do is I can plug the transmitter into here. It'll charge it up, charge it straight from the amp, and actually connect the amp's frequency with the transmitter. I can unplug it here, plug it in my guitar, and without plugging anything into this amp, it's built in, it's already synced with it, and I can play from my guitar and it connects instantly to this. It works perfectly once it's charged. When I first got that wireless line 6 transmitter, it was not charged, and so I thought there was something wrong with it. It wouldn't charge at first. Then once I actually plugged it in, left it in there for about 3 hours, it charged all the way up and it worked perfectly from that point forward. So I really, really like that feature. I love not having a bulky cable to always carry around with this. I can literally take this out. My transmitter is already connected to my guitar. I can turn this on, it instantly pairs, and I can just start playing sitting on the couch without having cables all around me or anything else like that. I can throw this up on the counter in the kitchen or on the table in the living room, wherever I want it, and be able to play. And so that's the biggest benefit for something like this for me, is the ability to take it with you anywhere, play on the spot, and it makes it so much easier to practice. And when it's easy to practice, you practice more often. And so that's why I really like this. You can do a lot with the mobile application. You can change a lot of the sound effects. You can really dial it in however you want it to. And you even have the option on the back here to have a line out, and so you can plug this into an actual sound system if you want to. Not sure exactly why you would, but you have that option if you want to. And you can also use USB to plug it into your computer. And then the power cable goes in right here. The battery on this lasts a long time. It's super easy to charge. Of course, just plug it into the wall. It'll show you when it's charging, show you when it's done, and it lasts a really long time with this battery power. And even when it's not plugged into the wall, when it's just operating off of this, I can plug that transmitter into here and it'll charge it back up based on the battery power that's in there. So super easy to take with you in the car, take it camping, throw it wherever you need to, have it last for a while, and also it works perfectly as a Bluetooth speaker as well. It's a little overpowered and more complex than what you would need for a typical Bluetooth speaker, but I can throw this on my back porch. We have a party, have a little more sound than just an Alexa or something like that would have, and I can adjust it a little more and be able to play songs through this and play it pretty loud. So the volume does go up. It has quite a bit of range on it for how small this is. It is still 30 watts, I believe. And so you can get quite a bit of sound out of this, but most of the time, right in the middle here, somewhere there, it's the perfect sound for practicing with, where you can practice, you can hear it well enough, but it's not annoying everyone in the house either. So highly recommend this. It is a little bit of an investment, but I think it's worth it just for the simple sake of how simple it is, that it allows you to play quickly on the spot, and you can practice more and have more fun just with your instrument. So highly recommend this Yamaha THR32.